Today we got my friend. We served together back in Alpha Troop 389. Corporal Hickey, right? You came
Yeah,
out as a corporal?
yeah, I left a corporal.
Okay, you want to introduce yourself, man?
My name is Raymon Hickey. I was in the U.S. Army as a 19 Delta Cav Scout. I started serving in. I started basic in 2010, and I got out 2017. I left as a reservist, as a 31 Bravo MP. I did a little retraining there, but I started out in Fort Polk, met Cardenas in Afghanistan, and then we served the rest of our time in Fort Polk together. Civilian side of the world, I'm a corrections officer, and I stream Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPGs.
What made you join the military? Why a scout?
So I knew I was always going to go military route. Growing up, I was always playing army in the backyard. I consumed as much military entertainment as possible, and I started life doing, adult life, going into public service, and I was a firefighter. And my father had gotten a job in Maryland, and I was 22 at the time, and it was time for me to move out. And the Army offered me an opportunity to get out and become my own person, and it really did a lot for me.
Okay, so once you joined basic training, man, how was your first day in basic training?
So I was one of the last group of Cav Scouts to go to Fort Knox. Um, it was November 2010. We get there, and it was nerve wracking. The drill sergeant comes on the bus, and he's got this just demeanor on him, and he projected this authority that, Nick, still gives me chills. Told us exactly what to do and how to do it, and I went into that reception battalion or troop for a little while, and was it like a week or two, and then Shark Attack Day was Shark Attack Day. In fact, I tripped coming off the bus and almost took out a drill sergeant. It was this close to hitting him, and I did see my life flash before my eyes.
How do you feel right after Shark Attack?
Um, I really didn't get a lot of it. There were other people that were very much sticking out, and I kind of attribute that to me being 22 and having a little bit more life experience than a lot of the 18-year-olds. You know, I could understand, do this now.
Hey, what's up, RRG, man? We here with my boy Hickey, man, going live military talk. Thank you for joining us. So, after basic training, man, you got to Alpha Troop. How was that for you?
So that was interesting. I graduated basic and got to Fort Polk on March 17th. April 17th, I joined you in Afghanistan. I came in, oh God, a couple months into your deployment. We were getting ready to go, so we were doing like all the connexes and stuff, and a group of us were up making sure the connexes were empty and cleaned out, and we started getting rocket fire on airborne. So we take cover immediately in the connexes. Then we moved to a bunker. That bunker was full. We moved to a different one up by the command post, and I forget the sergeant major's name, but he was the guy who said "hula like a chicken." We went, "Hole."
Sir, Major Submarina?
No, it was a skinny white dude that was on the bike all the time.
I don't remember.
I don't remember his name, but he told myself, Thurman, and I believe it was Martin, that we needed to go back to our troops bunker and tell them that we were all okay. It's like, he's like, the rocket fire's over. I'm giving you permission. Go run there. So we go sprinting down, come around the corner, and we're at the mouth of our bunker, and there was Sergeant First Class Baxter, Lieutenant Pham, and First Sergeant Booth standing right there. Now, First Sergeant Booth was a very tough and intimidating man.
Oh, believe me, I was his driver. I know.
Yeah. Sergeant Baxter was also a very intimidating man and very tough, very firm. And I run up, and the lieutenant goes, "What are you guys doing running around?" And I was like, "Sir, Command Sergeant Major said the rockets are all clear and that we needed to come in and tell you that all of us," and I listed our names off, "we were fine." And the second I finished that conversation, a rocket hit about 60 meters away in the motor pool. And I immediately just jumped forward and tackled Lieutenant Pham to the ground. And I all of a sudden levitated from my back as First Sergeant Booth picked me up and was getting ready to rail me for tackling a lieutenant. And one of the very few times Sergeant Baxter ever spoke to me, he looked at me and went, "Good job, you protected your LT. First Sergeant, I got this."
Oh man.
Ugh.
No man. But hey. So how long were you in Afghanistan with us? You came in you say
Um, I think I got 8 months with you guys.
8 months. Okay, so you were there for a little bit. What's up, Wilson? Sergeant First Class Wilson. Now it is Sergeant First Class Wilson, huh? Knucklehead. How was that transition from deployment to just go back to? Were you married at the time or you were single?
I was single at the time.
So you ended up going back to the barracks. How was that
Right.
transition?
Uh, it was a very interesting transition because what at that time what I've known of the Army was very specific. It was basic training, then combat operations. So figuring out garrison life and having weekends off and free time in the military was very very different. And, if you figure it out relatively quickly and you figure out the rules,
So you ended up going to West Point with us, right?
yes, it did. That
Okay. So how was West Point for you?
that was an interesting experience. To watch these 18, 19-year old kids, college kids, it, essentially playing army because it's what they were doing. And myself and one of my good buddies, believe I think he left the PFC Guzman. We got we got put on driving them around, like picking them up from their training areas and bring them to the new ones from their barracks, blah blah blah. In fact, one of the pictures shown in your background were me sitting like this with the leaves in my helmet.
Yeah.
That was about 9 hours into driving. That one right there behind you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so as we'd go by in the woods, Guzman and I would snatch a leaf, we'd stick it in our helmets because we were bored. Did you compete in that large obstacle course that we did? Uh,
I didn't compete on the. I no, I didn't. I went through it, but the problem with me is that I always been scared of heights. So it was one portion that it was like hell no. I like nah, I'm good. That's the reason why I didn't go.
yeah,
But they ended up saying since they saw me that I was scared of heights, they thought it would be funny sending me to airsoft school. So I ended up having it worse. I ended up going to right after West Point. I ended up going to airsoft school, and then after that it was Sergeant Major Collins, I believe it was.
yeah. That's
Um,
the guy I was talking about on the bike, Sergeant Major Collins.
yeah, Sergeant Major Collins. So we ended up going to airsoft school, and we did airsoft, right? Well, if you remember, I'm infantry and you're scouts. For you to get out of basic training, you had to do combatives level one. You
Right.
had to be combatives level one certified if you're infantry. Scouts, yeah, didn't have to do close combat. So right after airsoft school, it was combative school, and I was ready to go home because everybody was on leave and I was doing my school. So I was ready to go back home, and Sergeant Major Collins is like, "You're not going anywhere. You staying for combatives." I like, "Sergeant Major, I'm already level one certified. These doing level one is not level two." And like, I think you don't understand. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You and me are rolling together. And I was like, what? And like, you heard me? You and me are rolling together. So you asked to stay with me to combative school. I like, damn. Well, come to find out, he was into jujitsu. He was man. Samuel Collins was a beast.
Oh yeah, I
So
was.
he's so yeah, yeah. So he was really good. So I ended up staying, and I got two certifications for level one combatives just
There you
because
go.
he wanted me to stay there. But it was good though, cause became airsoft certified too.
Yeah,
So it was a good guy, but he had his little. Whenever he had something in his mind, you're not gonna change that guy's mind. So
yeah.
man,
No, he was an interesting sergeant major. He was good, but he was definitely interesting. Just
yeah.
rolling around on that bike everywhere.
So do you ended up going somewhere else after Polk?
No, so after Polk, after my 4 years were done, I got into the inactive reserve, and I was there for 2 years. And then I was like, I've got 2 years left. I was thinking about going back active duty, but at that point in my life, I was married and I had a job that I really liked, and I didn't want to give all that up. So um, one day, the reserves called and asked, like, "Hey, did you want to? You got some time left? Do you want to, finish it out in the reserves?" I was like, "Sure." And they have there's an MP unit near me, the 94th Reserve MP unit out of
I see you with an MP patch in one of the pictures that you sent me.
yeah, yeah. I did earn that certification. They are out of Manchester, New Hampshire, because that's where I live. I live in New Hampshire now. Um, so I joined them and I was with them for 2 years, and it is such a different world from active duty.
How was that for you?
It was good. That's where I picked up my corporal, and it was also where obviously I got my secondary job as an MP, which one of the reasons why I did it was it's a little bit more marketable than a reconnaissance expert, and which just helped now lead me into my current career as a corrections officer. It was exceptionally interesting because at that point, like I hadn't done anything Army in 2 years. My uniforms didn't fit. I hadn't, done any drills. I hadn't messed with any of the weaponry, and it's so awesome how it just kind of comes right back to you. And in fact, my very first drill, I showed several unnamed NCOs how to put a 50 cal together and on a tripod. And then a few moments later, we went into the drill hall, and the sergeants I just taught, were teaching everybody else how to do it.
So you went through reserves. You ended up going MP, got
Yep.
your certification there. Um, Once you finish your contract, how was that transition?
So my last day in the Army was honestly one of my best days.
Really?
Um, my very first and proudest day in the Army was the day I got my sabers in basic. Um, but my last day in the military is uh, there's a soccer team up here called the New England Revolution, and they were having a game, and they were going to do some honoring of some soldiers, and they needed several people to go. And so I volunteered. It's like, yeah, I'll go. I mean, there's free tickets to a soccer game at Gillette Stadium. It's That's one of them, and that's the picture there with me talking with the Minutemen. Speaking of which, all of those Minutemen are vets. Um, they're a mix of Army, Marine Corps, but mostly Navy, and those dudes had some wild stories about just the games on the field and things that happened there. And then uh, one of the guys was in Korea and had an amazing like. Um, he didn't go into too much detail, but you could tell he had an amazing. He was part of an attack on a fortified structure of some kind. But so we went to the game, and then I got to sit in the row of honor. They said my name, and put me up on the big screen at Gillette, and the stadium was started chanting USA, USA, and that was my final moment in the military.
Oh, that
Was
was your last day in the military.
yeah, as
Oh
I got
wow.
home.
Hey, that's a good way to go out though.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't have asked for a better day leaving the military.
Okay.
Um, but I kind of had two exits. I, I had my exit from active duty where I didn't think I was getting back in, and I got to it was instant soldier civilian, just boom. You traveled home, you rested, you woke up the next day, and now you're civilian. What do you do? And I did what most military guys. I refused to get my hair cut. I grew a beard, and I instantly got my vet bod.
Look, not everybody, bro.
No, dude. I still keep it
No.
long.
Your transition was like normal, nothing crazy for you.
So I got out, and like a lot of us, that's when the PTSD really started to hit. That's when sleepless nights started to happen. Um, I couldn't go to sleep unless I had a few drinks in me, and when I realized that that was really bad behavior, I stopped. And then I started doing like those over the counter sleep aid pills, and I was having to take more and more of those. And um, and then the PTSD, you know, I was looking, I was yeah, I still do it, but it's a lot better now, and I can control it and understand it. But I was looking at hands, I was watching vehicles, you know, I
Man, but
was,
I think that's something that we're always gonna do though. Because even right now, I still it's something that I still do. I can be anywhere, and I still do the same thing. Let me go back to the comments real quick. We got a couple of comments here. Loco see it the damn good way to leave the military. Yeah, that was a good one. RRG, I need to get back in shape my damn self. Hey, round is a shape. My preferred shape. Hey, Loco, you ain't lying, bro. Shit, I'm round right now. That's a good shape too. Uh,
and apparently, dad, vet and dad bods are in, so we're cornering the market.
right? Yeah, man. So once you got out, do you went to the VA? Is the VA taking care of you right now?
No, I tend to avoid the VA as much as physically possible because of the horror stories. Um, I went a very long time and did not treat my PTSD, and because of that, it affected a lot of relationships. And I eventually figured out how to deal with it.
But
Um,
look, let me tell you. Let me stop you there real quick. So whenever I got out, I didn't know anything about the VA. My uncle was the one that told me like you need to go get yourself checked out and get the benefits. Are you getting any benefits right now?
no, I
What's wrong with
actually
you?
I've started my packet, and I'm slowly working at it. Um, it is a valuable resource for us vets, and if you approach it the right way, it can be good for you.
So let me tell
But
you.
like with any but like with any medical or doctors or any service like that, you protect yourself.
So for me, I started having surgeries. My first surgery was right before we got out. They flew me from Fort Polk to Sam Houston. That's where I had my first surgery. Then I went back to Fort Polk. I got out. My second surgery was here in the VA in Houston. Then I had my third surgery. I didn't even know we can collect benefits from the VA. Like that was the thing that no one told me anything. I didn't know anything about anything. So when after my second surgery, I was rating at 60%. After my third surgery, I got rated 100%. So I'm rating 100% disabled veteran right now with the option of keep working. So they got two: one that you cannot work, one that you can work. So I still got the option and that I'm able to work, but it's the thing is like you gotta be on top of your appointments with the BA. Like you cannot miss anything. You gotta be on it. So when I first got out, man, I was going through. I don't think it was PTSD at the beginning. I think it was like anger issues. Um, the reason why I say it was not PTSD, I feel like my PTSD part, I had it right after we got back from Afghanistan. Like I was really jumpy. I was like, but being us, being infantry, we couldn't tell anybody anything because he was a sign of weakness. So we
Absolutely.
always kept that in. And whenever I got out, it was just anger, man. Like I was not by anybody, man. You like look at me wrong, and I know we're gonna throw down. So it got to the point that my daughters got scared of me. So that's when I went looking for the BA. I spent 2 years. Like now I'm able to talk about it, and especially because you are better, and you need to go get these benefits, bro. It's like my homeboy David was telling me, we serve our country. They don't know what we did. We know what we did. They don't know what we went through. We went through and we just, kept it to ourselves. And now that we are adjusting, why not get the benefits that we deserve? It's people getting benefits that they didn't even do anything.
Right.
Uh, it's like I was talking to Sergeant Johnson earlier. I don't know if you remember him.
Was
Sergeant Johnson,
was
he
he the
was
was he the armor when we were in Afghanistan on
yes,
Conklin?
yeah,
Yeah, I remember him.
yeah. So Sergeant Johnson, he was also my gunner from time to time when I was driving first sergeant and when I was driving a commander. So he's the same thing, man. Like his benefits out there for us. We need to go get him.
Yeah.
Like he's stupid not to use him. Why? Because you're the only one that knows what you're dealing with. Sometimes, yeah, I'm doing this channel so other people can bring out, tell us their story. How was their transition? But it's like I was telling Sarah Johnson, it's like I made one video, bro, telling people about why I was doing this. And I'm not gonna say names, but I got three people calling me. Hey man, I've been out of the military for about a year and I cannot find myself. Like I don't know what to do with myself. Then I got another one like, man, bro, like it's been hard. What are you doing? So it's like one of the things that I always recommend is like go to the BA, ask for your psychiatrist. It's no sign of weakness, bro. Like we need to get better. Like if we don't check on each other, we's not gonna fix anything. So to me, doing the 2 years with that psychiatrist, it changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, at the beginning, I was able to check up on everybody, talk to everybody, but life happens. We all go our separate ways, and we forget that we got extended family, and if we don't check up on them, who's gonna check up on them? You see what I'm saying? So to me, like you not getting your benefits, bro, I think you're slacking. I think you're missing out. You might not. It's like David was telling me, you might not need him right now, but you might need him later. Think
Yeah.
about all the weight that we were carrying in Afghanistan. Think about all like everything that we did out there. Bro, our body is destroyed, man. My fucking back, lower back is done. We got a message. RRG, you freaking earn your benefits. Let me see. The
Yeah,
hard
we
way.
did earn our
Yes, brother.
benefits the hard way.
Yes, brother. You're right. But he's like, man, you just go get him, bro. Like, you might not, your back might be good today, but it's not gonna be good tomorrow. Like, even if you don't get a percentage, as long as it's on the books, you can be they can take care of you later on. And one of the things that I told him is like, as long as you give me a doctor, that's all I need, man. Like, that's all I was asking for. Like, just take care of me, take care of my health, because at the beginning I was paying out of pocket because I didn't know those benefits were out there for us.
Right.
And it's a lot of veterans that they don't know that is benefits out there for us, man. And if we got them, why not use them? Why
Yeah,
waste them?
I agree. Yeah, I I feel very similar in the fact of, if you need help, reach out, because you know the military is a brotherhood, sisterhood. It is a family. Um, and I've helped vets along the way. I've helped three of them not become to the 22, and two of them I don't even know. I've never met them in person. One of them we both know, but I won't say any names. Um, and if you need help, get it, go for it, find it. I didn't trust the system for some other personal reasons, and I figured out how to work with myself and figure out what I needed. And not everyone is able to do that. Some people need that extra help. Um, and more power to someone who can sit down and admit publicly to somebody they don't know or even privately that they need help.
And it's
And
hard,
that
bro.
is an actual sign of strength and courage, unlike we were taught to believe. While in was asking for help, admitting that you're hurt or you're injured is it was weakness.
Yeah.
So uh, go for like anybody who's thinking about it, even myself. Like, yeah, you're right. I got to get on it. I earned it. I earned it. It's something I should be going for. And I have used some benefits, so um, like VA home loans, stuff like that. But no, definitely the disabled thing. Just like Loco Steel just said this late after. I can't see it. I worked a 12-hour shift today. I was on my feet all day, so words can be a little hard. But it exactly what you said. It's a sign of strength. Um, so
We got Loco Siete with a comment. Admitting you need help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength, that you're stronger than your fear. Yeah, that is Loco, but as we were raised in the military, we were raised not to complain, we were raised not to say anything, we were raised to just ibuprofen and water with help with everything. So we grew up with that mentality, man. And I feel like that's bad though. But
it
at the
is.
same time, that's what made us, bro. Because it was no weakness around us. You cannot be weak around your soldier, because if they see you coming down, they're gonna do the same thing. Man, what you sipping on?
I have a Japanese whiskey sour.
Japanese was straight crown.
There you
Neat.
go.
I like it.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
so, bro,
so if you
whenever
haven't had a Japanese whiskey sour, it's fantastic.
never had one. I don't even know what that is. I had to look
So
it up.
you take what I do is I take a lemon, cut it into fours. You put either like cubes of sugar or just raw sugar in a tumbler. You muddle it to get all the juice out. Then you pour Japanese whiskey in. Now, if you haven't had Japanese whiskey, it's more floral than like Crown and whiskeys we're used to. Put that whiskey in as much as you want. I finished my bottle,
Damn.
and you muddle it, you shake it, and then you pour it out, and it is the best whiskey sour I've ever had in my life. Touch on you were talking about getting shot at and like the whistles and snaps. Um, I personally, I don't know if I'm weird, but in a really weird way, I missed that sound, and I loved it when it happened
Get the fuck out
because
of here.
you knew what was going on. It was simple. You're getting shot at. You knew what to do. Find cover, shoot him back. Um, but it brought a memory of my very first firefight. Um, so if you go out of the main entrance of Comp Conlin and you get on that route, I forget what it's called. I walked it so many times, I can't believe I don't remember the name of it.
I know what you're talking about.
But you go left, and right before Razorback, there's this little town down towards the river. We were down in there, and we were pulling security for something. And my buddy Martin, who's now I believe he started first class.
He's still in. Martin is still in.
Yeah, he's still in. I talk to him all the time.
Okay.
Um, he's now in Virginia working as a ROTC instructor for a college down there. But him and I were battle buddies, and we were pulling security. We got told to go back into the trucks. We get back in the trucks, and a song is playing. Is "Lay Me Down in a Bed of Roses If I Die Young." And then and then we were told to get out. We get out, and Sergeant Finnegan, um, Sergeant Watson, and Sergeant Lindgren start leading us out because we are going to walk out. We are going to clear out because an IED had premature detonated, and they get 50 feet away, and we get opened up on. Uh, Sergeant Lindgren goes down, but the guy, when he sprayed, he started at the beginning of our line and went all the way down. And I had rounds hit in front of me, like inches, and rounds behind me. Now, this is my very first firefight. And I remember like curling up and thinking in my head, this ain't nothing like paintball.
Is
Because
that when Sarah Lindgren got shot?
yeah,
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I always respected Sarah Lindgren a lot, but after he survived that shot, do you remember how close he was to his heart?
yeah, no, dude, this guy got hit right here, and it
And he
exited
bounced
out
it.
right back here.
Yeah.
Because that should have killed this man.
So
But Sergeant
whenever
Lindgren,
he sent him
Sergeant
out
Lindgren
to
being Sergeant
Germany.
Lindgren, the 7.62 by 39 is not going to stop this man.
Yeah, he whenever he was sent out to Germany for emergency surgery, the doctors were saying that the distance between the bullet missing his heart was a sheet of paper.
Jeez.
That's it. So whenever we got back from a deployment from Afghanistan, mind you, this guy just got fucking shot and almost died. He like they don't know how he's still alive, but he made it. And
Yeah.
then we get back. Sergeant Lingner is already fucking doing PT, moving up and down, destroying fucking new soldiers in rear D.
Oh
I
yeah.
was
Like
like, fucking respects to you. That's what I'm saying. For us, you couldn't show if you were in an NCO position, you could not show a sign of weakness, bro. And this guy right here, it was a definition of fucking strong. Like he got back and he was still destroyed. Silent Lingering, he was an old man, and well, to me, it was an old man, and he was still fucking smoking me. Like
oh yeah.
I
No.
was like, how the fuck this guy, is doing what the fuck he's doing?
Yeah. No. I remember getting back and seeing him PT these new soldiers, and he was running in that grassy area right behind troop,
Yeah,
and he sprinted up and was up to one of the I think it was one of the dip bars, and you can see these brand new privates just out of basic, and they are just gassed trying to follow this guy.
yeah, man. That's the name that I have forgot about. But as soon as that I knew, like he popped right into my head, bro. Like that was that guy right there. Yeah, he
No,
made it
I
back
think
though.
about my time in the military and all these guys all the time, and I feel bad for not remembering all their names, but you're right. There's this ingrained toughness that we all have to have, and um, and it's got to mold with us. While we're in, there's a certain level of toughness you got to have. You got to be, you gotta you gotta push. You gotta keep hard. You can't, if you're hurt, you gotta just. I'm just stuck in it today. I got to do my best and keep up. And this toughness, when we transition out, it's got to change to fit our lifestyle and our life.
Yeah, bro. Look, we got a comment from Wilson. Hey, bro, you can't be cussing online, bro. They're gonna stop your commenting. It says that motherfucker is Stone Cold Killer, but he down to earth, dude. Yeah, you're right, bro.
I think he
Silent
did.
Lingering is Silent Lingering is something else.
Yeah.
Another one that I was it was mentioned to me earlier, and it was on one of my pictures. Sergeant Capon was another one.
Yes, he
Sergeant
was.
Capon, yeah, Marine sniper. I think he was Ranger too. No, he was Ranger tab, and he was always like he never showed himself as a hard ass, but you knew what was he was capable of doing.
Yeah.
So it's like you had a lot of people out there that without even showing how tough they were, you knew already just by looking at them. And Saren Capon was another one like that. So man, he's talking right here with you, bro. He's just like bringing back so many memories, bro.
Ah,
Like
yeah, so many good ones. Yeah, my promotion to corporal into the NCO world was a lot different than yours. Um, so we're in the reserves. We're at Fort Devens, and we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready. We're practicing and certifying to get ready to go to Fort Drum to assist with one of their field training exercises. And we're in formation right before we're headed out. And now, mind you, I bought new uniforms at this point, and there's right in that transition from AU to multicam
oh yeah.
or Scorpion, and I'm standing there, and out of nowhere, they're like Specialist Hickey front and center, and I was like I have no idea what's going on. And Captain Spira was my CO at the time, who I was the guardian angel, driver, and general overall assistant to. Um, he calls me up, and they start reading these orders, and I'm like holy like what's happening? I was like, holy shit, I'm getting promoted. And he comes up, rips the specialist off, slaps corporal on, and goes, you deserve this because of your time, and I can't have my driver not being an NCO.
Well, fuck it. I guess that's good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I get that. And um so NCO, it was a lot different because, like, in the unit I grew up in, you get corporal, you're now the bulldog for your sergeant. You
Yeah.
go out there, you get shit done. You're writing people up. You're telling them what to do, and like if the sergeant needs something's done, he's calling you. For corporal, nobody bothered. Nobody asked me to do anything, and I was just the commander's protector and driver. And it just different worlds. Like from your nightmare of a board to my surprise, you're an NCO now. Plink. It's like one of the things is like, in the army, we're always told, you are a leader no matter what rank you are, and a lot of times that leadership is literally thrust upon you, and you have no choice. Like in your case, but I remember. So while you guys were in Cuba, I was on rear D because I was a short time, and we had our first class Abrams, and then a couple other E5s. I could see their faces, but I couldn't tell you their names. And they were all off doing tasks. And it was Friday, and it was that Friday formation where all the squadrons got together. The sergeant major talk to everybody and dismiss everyone. And I remember I had 10 specialists and below, and I was standing out there as the first sergeant for Alpha Troop 389 Alpha Troop Rear D Detachment as this specialist, and and it was like, all right, well, head back to your troops and release your men. And the first the sergeant major at the rear D sergeant major looked at me. He's like, except for you, figure out what your sergeant's supposed to do. But
uh,
no, it's like when I was in that specialist position in rear D, like like I was the most senior guy who wasn't an NCO. In fact, one of the guys was Orndorff.
man, my boy Ondorf, he had to get say, I sent his ass back because his psoriasis got really bad.
Oh, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah, he was mad because well, Ondorf always wanted to go to Afghanistan, and
Oh yeah,
whenever we
he had
were
that instinct, that killer. He wanted to go so bad.
yeah, whenever we got to like we had a chance to send our guys, they call in is like, hey, we can send. I think it was like 10 guys to Afghanistan. Which guys do you want to send? When they came down to me and asked me, I told them, am I be able to go with them? No, no NCOs, only Joes and below. I like only Joes. They're like, I'm not sending my guys out without me. And then he's like, that's your final answer? They're like, yeah, I'm not gonna send my guys out without me. If I cannot take care of my guys, nobody's gonna take care of my guys. So I kept it to myself, right? But Under find out, and
Yeah,
he got mad at me. You kept me from going to Afghanistan. I could have been out there. Like, look, man, if something happened to you and it's on me, I'm gonna have to live with that the rest of my life.
yep,
If you go with me, I can take care of you, but I'm not gonna let anyone else take care of you. I don't know them. I don't know who's gonna be there. And Joan El Pro, what's up, brother? So whenever we got there, right, like he was just mad at me and because I didn't let him go to Afghanistan. And then like a couple of months later, his psoriasis started getting really bad. So
yeah,
we ended up having to send back to Rear D. He went back early, and he was just destroyed. Like
oh
I
yeah,
told him, like, look, bro, everything happened for a reason. This is why probably you didn't go over there.
yeah.
And
No,
whenever he found out that he was gonna have to be medical discharge, he is like
he was
destroyed.
destroyed
He was destroyed. That was one of
because
my guys. That,
I was rear D, and he came back and he fell under me at that point, and he was just so upset. And
yeah,
this kid, like I haven't felt so bad for somebody not going to combat.
yeah,
We were in the box, is JRTC, and um, we were in that city, and we had our little base, and we got under attack, and Norndorf was behind the 240, and he was ready to rock and roll, and um, there was a quick little firefight, and one of the OCs came up and tagged him out. It's like, you got shot in that combat, and he was so mad that he had to play a wounded guy. He was so mad.
yeah, man. No, but Under was one of my best guys, and
Yeah,
the reason why I feel like that is because his family comes from a military background. Everybody in his family is served. We had good
kind of
guys in
sort of a
there.
minor. So him and I were barracks mates, right? And Sergeant Major Collins decided that he wanted to walk through the barracks. And when Sergeant Major walks through, everybody walks through. And so we're in there, we're scrubbing and we're cleaning the room. And now, mind you, at this point, I'm over 21. Minder wasn't. So we were allowed to have alcohol in the room, but it was mine, and I had to keep track of it. So, and it is my personal opinion that if you're responsible with it and you're serving the military, you can have a freaking beer.
Yeah.
And so I would occasionally. turn a blind eye when he'd go to the fridge and grab one of them. So we go in there. They come into our room. The sergeant major, um, it, if you're still in and you have not taught this trick to your Joes, you need to teach them this trick. Put something out that will distract the highest ranking dude coming in to inspect your room. So at that time, Alpha Troop was Assassin Troop still,
Yeah.
and Sergeant Major Collins was a big component of team spirit and that camaraderie of falling behind and into your troop. So I went out and got a figurine of one of the Assassin Creed guys, and it was the one in the Revolutionary
I
War.
remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So I had placed that strategically, so it'd be one of the very first things you would see in the room as you walked in. Sergeant Major was instantly distracted by it. I told him what it was and that how, like, it's my troop name. He's an assassin, and I feel this real, camaraderie with the character because he fought for our country and our founding. Just a pure line of BS. He loved it. He walked out. First time Barton stayed in the room, opened the fridge, saw there was beers in there, and was like, "How many are in there?" And I'm like, "There's 8." He goes in and he counts them 7, and he's like, "So where'd this 8th beer go?" And I was like I don't exactly remember. It's like I could have miscounted. I had one too many. And he looks over, he looks at the trash can, looks at me, looks at Miner. He goes, "I know exactly where it went. Keep your count right," and walks out.
Yeah, but you see, the thing with him, like, he will be cool in some things. Like, he will like let you slide
Yep.
couple of things as long as you're not acting stupid. So that was one of the things that from time to time he was an asshole for no goddamn reason. But whenever it was like something like that, he would let it slide.
Yeah. Now,
Bro,
first time
like,
Barton was an experience. First and foremost, first time Barton is one of the best examples of a leader of men, leader of soldiers I ever encountered. When the pressure was on, he became cooler and more on top of it. And but he had a way with words and sayings that have stuck with me for my entire life, for my entire military experience. It's going to stick with me for my life. But it's been really great catching up with you, and I'd love to do it again. And God, there's just so many stories on Alpha Troop that we haven't even touched.
yeah, I know, man. It's good. It's like, man, I just hate that I cannot do it with the laptop. I mean, with the laptop, with the tablet. I don't know why it gotta be with the phone so you can share somebody.
Yeah,
But it is what it is, man. I gotta figure it out.
yeah.
Again, I'm new to this, so
Reach out to me offline. Like I said, I stream, and I'm going to do a shameless plug if you're okay with it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so I stream every Friday night. So tomorrow night, my channel is the Collective Entertainment Network, and we do tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, and we have a really good time playing. Um, we're getting ready to do a couple new shows. I actually have a couple bets on the channel. Myself, my buddy Brian, and another guy named John. But we'd love to have you guys, come check us out. And it's another way to support bets, support each other. But it's a good. It can be very helpful in certain situations. It's very good at escapism. Um, but I want to thank you for having me on. It's been a real fun time, and we'll do a lot more catch up online because I got a few things I think will help your
And it
channel.
was nice talking to you today, bro. Hopefully we can catch up. Hopefully we can do a part two.
Absolutely.
Again, hey, been blessed that I got people reaching out to me, wanting to share their stories. And again, tomorrow we're going back live. I'm gonna try to do this every Thursday, man. But if people want to come in during the week, like, well, Thursdays and Fridays are the only 2 days that I can go live. So if they want to come in on those days, we might be doing two lives, in 1 week. I don't know. So hopefully this gonna grow, man. But again, tonight I'm gonna be dropping two videos. It's gonna be the introduction, and it's gonna be Sergeant Johnson's video, man.
All right. Yeah. Again, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
All right, brother. Who's that? Wilson.
Oh
Will,
shit! I know which Wilson it is. Holy shit! I confused you with the complete wrong dude.
bro. You cannot miss that little motherfucker.
Yeah. No, I bought a
The little
couch from that
midget.
asshole.
That little midget. That's Wilson right there. If you see that little
Yeah, I
midget
remember him
walking,
now.
fuck that little bastard. I love you, bro, but fuck you. First Sergeant Will. Hey, first Sergeant Wilson now, motherfucker. Get it right.
Yeah. First, sorry. Whatever. I got my DD-214. I'm protected.
All right, brother, man. Again, thank you, Wilson. I'll hit you up in a little bit, bro. And again, everybody else, thank you for watching, man. Catch me on the next one.